Right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you happen to be. My name is Paul, and by the time I film the rest of this video, I may well have changed my t-shirt. You just don't know, do you? That's possibly irrelevant to what I was going to tell you. What I was going to tell you is that, yes, my name is Paul. I'm also called Mr. Cuddy2977. I'm also called Knickknack. I do the daily teaser quiz. I do Knickknack's Old Peculiar, the blog. And occasionally I sit around watching TV shows and then telling you all about them in my most recent video. Today is Thursday the 11th of December. It's been a while since I started this video off, but in this video I'm going to give you my views on the second episode of The War Between the Land and the Sea. The episode is written by Russell T Davies, directed I think by somebody else. I'll try and look that up, but it's also me telling you what I thought of Plastic Apocalypse. Episode 2, Plastic Apocalypse, opens with a recap of Homo Aqua, Episode 1, and then shifts to show us the aftermath of Barclay Pierre Dumont, Russell Tovey's, being chosen as ambassador to the Homo Aqua delegation, waiting in a large and very unwelcoming room for his boss, Kate Lethbridge Stewart, Gemma Redgrave, to turn up. In that meeting, Kate is determined to find out why on Earth, or Sea, the Sea Devils have chosen a low-level clerk as the human they want to negotiate with. Whilst this is going on, we see Barclay's wife and child, Barbara and Kirby, played by Anne Akinjiran and Kat Gannon, taken under process to a safe house. Barclay is only allowed to join them once he's met someone very important. Somebody very important Kate needs to speak to first. She's under government pressure to check something with salt. So what did I think of episode 2 of Plastic Apocalypse? Who stood out in the cast? What did I make of the plot elements? Do I call this episode a political one as I did Homo Aqua? Yes, I do. I believe Plastic Apocalypse maintains the political edge of Homo Aqua. We see, for example, one member of Unit's lab staff steal Sea Devil tissue samples, bribed into doing so by Keith Spears, Patrick Bellardi, leader of a trio planning to make sure the negotiations go their way. The worker in question now has paperwork that lets him stay in the UK. I'd call that political, certainly. The scenes of the negotiations themselves show us Barclay being encouraged to stick to the script, only to cause various shades of political panic when he goes very much off course. I grant you this isn't the Manchurian Candidate, but I think there's enough politicking to keep any three given political thriller writers happy for hours. While we're on politics and world building, there's one scene where Salt tells a human audience that transport over water by ship or by air is to be forbidden, which almost starts a riot caused by one delegate's outright fury at Salt's demand and Salt's insistence that Barclay be the only negotiator. To silence those delegates, the Angli-Sierra Leonean in particular, Salt yells, "Enough!" as loudly as possible, then turns into a male version of herself, and then repeats his demands. That is quite enough to both stun and silence the arguing humans. We don't know how unique Salt's abilities are, whether they're unique to her, or spread amongst her subspecies, or common to all of the undersea peoples, but it is enough to catch the attention of her audience. Was that a political move? Was it a piece of sci-fi theatre? Was it a piece is going to catch the attention of us and the delegates and remind us that Salt and her cohorts aren't human? I should say so. I have to agree and reiterate yet again, yes, those scenes stood out to me, as, it has to be said, did the cast. I will say this again and emphasise it, the ensemble cast of this series seems very, very strong. Most of the regulars know their characters well, and they're all of them experienced actors who could probably tell you more about blocking and line-lining than I ever could. But for me, the standout performers were Russell Tovey and Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Tovey's everyman figure, Barclay, is a delight to watch, and his "our kids are way ahead of us" speech was absolutely riveting and probably hitting a few nerves as well. Mbatha-Raw's performance as Salt is just as riveting and the very definition of regal. The only thing I can compare her performance to is Emilia Clarke's as Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones. That mix of strength, utter confidence, that top-class accent that delivers commands that are going to get obeyed, and a willingness to unleash the sea devil equivalent of plus-size flying, fire-breathing reptiles is on a par with Clarke's performance as the Mother of Dragons. It is, I think, a performance and a character to watch. Barclay and Salt in particular, have me hooked. There's other things in the mix for this episode. There's a point of trivia I should add at this point. Both IMDb and Wikipedia give Russell Tovey's birthday as 14th of November 1981. He's 43, 34-ish. But the episode gives Barclay's birthday as the 15th of November 1982. The character is almost a year younger than the actor playing him. No, I don't think Russell T Davies or Russell Tovey is up to anything here. But slightly less trivially, that coincidence and Kate Lethbridge-Stewart's throwaway line of "it's like working with the Doctor" had me wondering one thing. He will be paying the Time Lord next. Wouldn't be the first time somebody's cropped up in a spin-off and then appeared as the main show's main character. Now would it? What else can I tell you? There is probably plenty. The serious-ish point, I'm not sure if Kirby, Kat Gannon's character, Barclay and Barbara's child, is male, female, trans, or happily gender fluid. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I'm also very aware the character isn't identified as such as one thing or the other. Nor, at the time of writing, is they even listed in the episode's IMDb or Wikipedia entries. I can't find them. Personally, yes, I'm old-fashioned enough to feel comfier knowing one way or the other, but I'm also aware it's probably not at the top of the writers' agendas, nor at the top of the agenda of Kat Gannon himself. I could also tell you the slightly sillier point that Kate Lethbridge-Stewart and Colonel Ibrahim are definitely involved, which shouldn't be that surprising given there's been hints of a relationship before now. There is another minor-ish point that's possibly related to my comments in the last review of episode 1 about lip reading. I caught this episode on the BBC's iPlayer catch-up service. Now, something that's annoyed me for years about the iPlayer, or at least this particular version, is that for some reason the BBC couldn't get subtitles to work on the Apple TV 4K version of the software, my default device of choice. Thankfully, they seem to have solved that with some of the recent updates. The minor irritant for me, that's good, that really is good, subtitles are helpful, but the minor irritant for me is that Colonel Ibrahim whispers a sweet nothing into Kate's ears in Arabic. And of course, the subtitles don't exactly offer an English translation of the phrase. There is always, something. So, what did I think of Plastic Apocalypse? What did I think of a very political episode with riveting performances, a strong cast, and some really quite stunning camera transitions, especially in that enough scene? I loved it. It's got pace, it's got good, solid characters, it's got political shenanigans going on all over the place, it's got sympathetic villains and opponents who are both menacing and powerful and quite prepared to use that power to either stop humanity's crimes or promote them. About my only complaint isn't to do with the show itself. As far as I can tell, The War Between the Land and the Sea is available on the iPlayer in 2K and UHD 4K. At least it is on compatible TVs, according to the brief pop-up I get on my television set. That's nice if you've got a 4K set. However, I don't, but I'm not too worried about it. But I'm also very aware that there is a 2K Blu-ray version available for pre-order on Amazon on both Blu-ray and a standard definition one on DVD, but there is no sign of a 4K version. Now, given we know there's a 4K version of Twice Upon a Time, Peter Capaldi's last episode, still available, I think the BBC are possibly missing a trick, and I can only assume that there's either a bad business case for the 4K release of this series, or that the terms of the Disney deal forbid it. The War Between is, of course, the last release under the terms of that 4K deal. Who knows? I certainly don't. Either way, that complaint is only about a potential 4K release of the series. This episode, Plastic Apocalypse, is superb. Go watch it now. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to leave things for now. At least where I think I'll be leaving things for now. I will point out, firstly, that yes, I have changed my t-shirt, and I will also do two other things. I will leave you with my thanks for either watching this video version or reading my written original on Knickknacks Old Peculiar, if that's what you've done. And I will tell you I will have my reviews of episode 3, The Deep, up by Tuesday the 16th of December, and hopefully have episode 4 a couple of days later. Before I go, I will ask you to follow Knickknacks Old Peculiar. You should be able to find it with a quick Google search, almost. I will also ask you if you are willing to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit like on this video. It all helps the algorithm find me when people want to look me up, to be honest with you. If quizzes are also your thing, I've published the Daily Teaser quiz for more years than I care to admit to, and I am publishing or planning to publish more of them alongside more reviews. Whatever else you do, please feel free to tip. Please keep your eyes peeled on this channel, and I will see you the next time I see you. Until then, stay safe, be good, and be seeing you.